Hi students, hope you are doing well. Today we are going to start with a new chapter that is metals and non-metals. Let's first discuss about the physical properties of metals. As we know, metals are ductile, which means that they can be reduced into thin wires. They are malleable, which means that they can be drawn into thin sheets. For example, aluminium. The foil of aluminium is made up of the aluminium sheets, which is beaten and reduced into the thin sheets. They are sonorous, which means that in metals the sound travels. They are also the good conductor of heat and electricity, which means that the heat and electricity can travel through metals. Now, metals are generally solid in nature, but exception is always there. So mercury, it is a liquid at room temperature. Next, about the density of the metals. All metals possess high density, which means that the number of atoms per unit volume is high in case of metal. But again, the exception is there. Sodium and potassium are the metals of the alkali family which can be easily cut with the help of a knife. Next, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity and they are hard and strong except sodium and potassium. As I told you earlier, it can be cut even with the help of a knife. They are lustrous, which means that they have shiny appearance on it. Next, we will discuss about the reactivity series of the matter. So, moving from top to bottom in the reactivity series, we will move in the order with the high reactive element to the least reactive element. So, potassium, sodium are the most reactive elements. Calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc are the middle reactive elements. Zinc, iron, tin, lead, and up to so on, these are the least reactive elements. So, depends upon their reactivity, they are arranged in the reactivity table. Next, let's discuss about the chemical properties of metals. First, we will discuss that how metals react with oxygen. For example, if you heat or if you burn magnesium in the presence of air, it will form magnesium oxide. So metal whenever react with oxygen, they will form metal oxide. And as we had read earlier in the chapter, metals and non-acid bases and salt, that the nature of metallic oxide is basic. Next, their reaction depends upon their reactivity series. So the topmost elements in the reactivity series show vigorous reaction with oxygen, whereas the middle and the least reactive metals are not so vigorous. But all metallic oxides are basic in nature. Next, sodium and potassium are being at the top of the reactivity table, so their reaction with oxygen is very vigorous. So they can easily catch fire when they exposed in air. So here are some examples. First reaction when magnesium react with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Next, magnesium oxide means when metal oxide react with water, it will form hydroxides, which is again a base. But there are few metals which react with both acids and bases that we will continue in the another slide. Aluminium when react with oxygen, it will form aluminium oxide. Similarly, when zinc react with oxygen, it will form zinc oxide. Now let's see how metals react with water. So depending upon the reactivity series, different metals react with the different states of the water. For example, the most reactive metal, for example here potassium, it have the ability to react with cold water as it is highly reactive. So when potassium react with water, it will form potassium hydroxide and liberate hydrogen gas and heat. Next, sodium, it's also come under the most reactive metal. So it also reacts with the cold water to form hydroxides, hydrogen gas and heat. Next, let's discuss how calcium reacts with cold water. So when calcium reacts with water, it will form calcium oxide and liberate hydrogen gas. but here the calcium float on the surface of the water. The reason is the hydrogen gas from the bubbles which stick to the calcium. As gas is lighter than water, so calcium float on the water. Next, when magnesium react with hot water. So when magnesium react with hot water, as magnesium is the middle reactive, so it won't be able to react with cold water. So when it reacts with hot water, it will form hydroxide and liberate hydrogen gas. Next, aluminium, which come under the least reactive metal, it when react with steam, that is the gaseous state of water, it will form aluminium oxide and liberate hydrogen gas. Similarly, zinc when combined with steam, it will form zinc oxide. Iron when react with oxygen, it will form iron oxide and liberate hydrogen gas. So here we have the table where we see how the different metals react with different states of water. So first we see that how the metals react with cold water. So potassium, sodium and calcium. These three metals react with the cold water. Next, hot water is magnesium, the metal which react with hot water. And the reaction of metal with the steam are the metals with low reactivity, like aluminium, zinc and iron. So next we will discuss how metals react with acids. Whenever metal react with acid, let's take the example magnesium react with hydrochloric acid. Acid should be in the aqueous state. So when we took acid in the aqueous state, it break down into ions H positive and Cl negative. And as we know, metal consists of positive charge, so chlorine ions displaced to the metal, which is more reactive, which form metal salt and hydrogen gas. So metal when react with dilute hydrochloric acid, it will give metal chlorides. Copper does not react with acid and it is because it is less reactive. So metals below hydrogen do not react with dilute acid. Silver, gold, platinum, these metals are least reactive, so they do not react with the single acid. So all metals above hydrogen react with acid to give salt and hydrogen gas. Next, we will consider the nitric acid. The reaction between nitric acid and metal do not give hydrogen gas. Now, what is the reason? Because nitric acid is HNO3. So it acts as an oxidizing agent. So instead of forming hydrogen, it will form water. However, dilute nitric acid have some tendency to react with some metals like magnesium and manganese to form hydrogen gas. For example, magnesium when react with nitric acid, it will form magnesium nitrate and liberate hydrogen gas. Whereas manganese when react with nitric acid, it will form manganese nitride and hydrogen gas. Thank you.